Okay, so welcome to another episode of Dave Trip, and I got with me today my buddy Russ from Canada. He's come out for Golden Week, and I thought it would be cool to ask him a few questions because of initial impressions and stuff like that. So, welcome to Japan, Russ.
Thank you.
Right on. So, what was the first thing when you came here? What was your first impressions? First impressions,
I would say, was how alien the place is to my home in Canada. Obviously, the cities are very built up, and it's up versus spread out.
Yeah.
Obviously, what the landscape looks like would be one of the big things.
Mm-hmm.
Where you live has lots of rolling hills.
Yeah.
Same thing for home for us. Just like the cars, the aspects of...
Much smaller, right?
Yeah.
Cars are tiny.
Tiny cars.
What do you drive, Russell?
A truck.
A truck. And you might find trucks here in Japan, but they're definitely not the size that people are driving back home.
One.
Yeah, we did see one, and that was imported, right?
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Love for the big truck is here, but just you don't see so much of it.
No.
Okay, what about, like, you'd mentioned that population density struck you as something of interest?
Yeah, that was, I think, the thing that shocked me the most. Didn't hit for a couple days until we went downtown to Harajuku or Shibuya.
Yeah.
Been to a few mega cities over the past few years, and nothing really compares to the sheer density of people.
Yes.
On the street walking.
Yeah, it's really amazing. And I live in the countryside, of course, as you can tell by the surroundings. So when you kind of arrive, it belies just how crazy it actually is once you head to the cities. Because when you're out in the countryside too, it kind of tricks you. You're like, oh, how many people really could be here? But then as soon as you get in to Tokyo, you're like, oh yeah, this is the real deal. This is what people talk about in terms of the density.
Yeah.
What have you had the most fun with so far? The eating out, the buildings, the scenery. What sort of things are entertaining you?
Food culture is obviously something that I really have enjoyed so far here. And just the aspect of the customer service, you think you get good service at home. It is put to shame here.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And I guess that's almost kind of especially strange for you because in your position, old Russ here, he's a GM back home for a restaurant, and then there's the whole lack of tipping culture here, which seems kind of at odds with the sort of service that you get. So it kind of you wonder how exactly these people are being paid and which is better. And what would you say is the most difficult thing you've eaten since you've been here? Because I've subjected you to a few strange things.
The fish gut jellyfish.
Ah, yes. First night, it was kind of one of those things that you do where you know that he's not even going to like it, but you tell him that it's the cultural thing that everybody loves. But we had some jellyfish, and it was sour and fishy and chewy and everything that might horrify you. But Russ is a good sport. He's been trying out a bunch of stuff. No natto yet, but maybe we still get that in him before he leaves. Okay, so having fun with that. What is something? Let's see. What area have you enjoyed the most? Which have you found the most interesting?
Ibaraki, or is that?
Ibaraki is the prefecture we're in.
Okay.
Well, choose a place. What about when we're downtown in Tokyo?
Yeah,
Would it be the park? Would it be the tech area, or what?
The park and the tech area.
Okay.
The park for obviously its history, and then.
Mm-hmm.
How much care goes into everything down there, how clean and well maintained everything is.
That's amazing too, right? In a big city with that many people, you might think that it would be dirty, but it's not.
No, this is probably one of the cleanest places I've ever been, and there's no garbage cans, maybe recycling bins, but no garbage cans anywhere.
Yeah.
And the place is just absolutely spotless.
Yeah. That's actually a good point to be struck by impressions, not even thinking about, but yeah, when you go around, not to say that Vancouver Island is dirty, but just how many people are here, but they still achieve that same level of cleanliness is really, really impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to, that's another big recommend though, if people have been researching Tokyo, Yoyogi Park. We took Russ to Yoyogi Park, and we went to an extra special place there, did we not?
Yeah. The orchid field?
Yeah, that's right. It's the emperor's, or one of the previous emperors, old family garden, right?
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't blooming yet. The flowers weren't in bloom, but still, like, the pathway is really interesting to walk through and everything. So if you go to Yoyogi Park, it's like the biggest park in downtown Tokyo, but it definitely has this little side section. You pay 500 yen for it, and it's really cool to walk through. So that's another recommendation. And you like the technology district?
Oh yeah, it's just I've always I've liked anime since I guess high school. I got into Evangelion first, and it was they're doing the rebuild right now, so they have huge signage for it, like huge homage signage. And then of course the collecting aspect of it, having all the the collector toys and whatnot down there, and then sheer volume of crap you can buy.
Consumer electronics culture is like at an all-time high there. That's Akihabara. There's a big circular line that goes around Tokyo called the Yamanote line, and it's green. It's very popular. It's got like a lot of the iconic stops you can go on. And Akihabara, if you're into anime culture, if you're into kind of like nerd culture, that's a huge place that you can go to. And like Russ was saying, there's like so much signage and crazy just like imagery all around everywhere that's so cool to check out. There's a whole bunch of like nerdy cafes like we were tempted to go to. They have the Gundam Cafe, but the line was
Monstrous.
Yeah, like how long do you figure if we'd gone to that?
2 hours?
Yeah, 2 hours. And cafes are fun and stuff, but we were working on other things. And here's a little tip for you too, so you don't leave your house if you're here just visiting. If you go to Akihabara or one of these, like a lot of these shopping places, if you bring your passport, then they remove the tax from the cost of the bill, because you made a cool purchase in Akihabara.
Yeah,
right?
I got a pair of Bluetooth high def earbuds.
Yeah.
And it was, I think there's 24,000 yen, and doing the passport brought it down to 19,
Yeah.
which takes a tax off, and then using a Visa brought another 5% off.
Which
So,
is amazing. How much were they in
16,
Canada?
oh, they're $450.
Okay, and he paid 16,000 yen. So believe you me, that's
$170.
$170. Okay,
Around there.
yeah, like a really, really good deal. So bring your passport, and they like stamp it, and they take the tax off if you want to do that as well. Let's see, any other places in. We also had that great night out at the restaurant where he bought rounds for the people in the restaurant because the food was so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a night of excess and regrets.
The best regrets you can have, though, absolutely. How
Oh,
many
yeah.
how many bottles of sake have we put down?
7
7.
on top of beers and sour, salty drink.
Yeah, you had the ume. Yeah, like it's like a sour plum drink. Very, very good.
Yeah.
You're really interested in car culture. Maybe for the people who don't know, like, what are we gonna go check out today?
We're gonna go hit up Garage.
Yeah.
Up Garage is a lot of used parts, or people get tired of it, want to switch wheels. I know I feel like that every now and again, being from the West, but it's such a new product culture that there's amazing deals on used stuff. I don't have a JDM. Dave does.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to find him some sick bolt pattern.
And what's
Wheels?
JDM?
Japanese domestic motors.
There you
I
are.
believe. Someone's going to correct me on that.
Oh,
I'm
you're close
sure.
enough, but like Japanese domestic market, kind of
Yeah.
like, yeah. That's correct. But yeah, they definitely have that. Like Russ just pointed out, that's another thing too, is the sort of like new culture in Japan. They really, really like to have things brand new. And so like Russ said, if you're willing to have something that's used, you can get some really incredible deals here, which is really, really cool. What's your favorite Japanese car, the one you were trying to encourage me to get?
R34 GTR Skyline.
Yes.
Or an RX-7 FD.
FD, nice. I settled on a sort of a Skyline, so I was almost there. But yes, very, very cool cars, kind of like native to this area. Lots of culture
Or
and
was it the
history.
AE86?
Not sure. I know very little.
What was the,
I just pressed the gas.
yeah.
So that's cool. We talked about downtown Tokyo. We talked a little bit about the food culture. How did you find like transitioning coming over for the sleep patterns and stuff?
Oh, that was a joke. That was easy.
Easy? Yeah.
Well,
I guess
just
it's harder the
starters.
other way? Or-
Yeah, it's always harder going west, or I guess east, I find.
Okay.
Coming west is easy. You just don't sleep much the night before, get on the plane, sleep for 7 hours or whatever. Get up, stay up, wake up at normal time basically, or a bit earlier. That's how I did it.
What's one more thing aside from Up Garage that you're here you want to check out? Any other thing you can think of, or are we like knocked off that list.
We hit it pretty hard for the first
We have.
6 days. Yesterday was our 1 day of rest.
Yes.
And drinking culture.
Yeah, like the Nomi Hodais and all
yeah.
that stuff. We went out. We've hit like almost every single type too. You gotta, if you come to Japan, try yakitori. You gotta try yakiniku. You gotta try like their konbini. Their convenience store food is amazing. It's all good. We've hit up the parks. We've hit up the mega city, and well, maybe whatever else you'll think of, you'll be. We'll move along on the next trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for checking the video out, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Kind of just a ramble of like experience and coming over to Japan and the sort of impressions that you get when you might first arrive. So thanks for checking the video out. As always, if you enjoy videos like this, maybe tap that like button. If you want to catch much more, then hit that subscribe button. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Ciao for now. Peace.